Meghan Markle is spiraling after yet another cancel culture disaster. For years, she's tried to cement herself as a Hollywood royal, cashing in on her Duchess title to build a glittering entertainment empire. Get the door, it's not dominoes, it's reality. And it's been a brutal wake-up call. Projects are crashing, deals are vanishing, and even her most loyal industry allies are backing away. Her Netflix show, With Love Meghan, is getting roasted before it even airs. HBO just axed another project, and now she's picked a fight with none other than Donald Trump, and we all know how that's gonna work out for her and his MAGA fans. Yeah, if she thought Hollywood was her kingdom, she might want to rethink her reign. And if you imagined her gracefully sipping organic, fair trade tea, remember Patrick, if in doubt, pinky out, while brushing off criticism, think again, man. She's fuming, allegedly blowing up executives' phones at all hours of the day, demanding more money, crying misogyny, and, according to some insiders, throwing full-blown royal tantrums over Hollywood finally pulling the plug. So what the hell went wrong? Why are major companies cutting ties, and how is Meghan handling the fallout? Spoiler alert, not very well at all. So let's dive on in. First up, the massive blow. Meghan's ambitious solo project, With Love Meghan, was meant to be her great rebrand. A lifestyle and cooking show backed by Sony Pictures Television. Think Martha Stewart meets Goop, but with a royal twist. Seemed kinda like a solid move, right? Well, not really. Officially, the show was shelved due to creative differences. But that word's a bit too vanilla to define what actually happened behind the scenes. Numerous reports have started swirling that Meghan's been a nightmare behind the scenes. She faced allegations of creating a difficult work environment. A Vanity Fair article compared her behavior to the Queen Bee in that movie Mean Girls, suggesting that staff members who fell out of favor were treated poorly. Some former employees reportedly sought therapy after working with Meghan and Prince Harry. Now, if there's one thing I know with absolute certainty in my heart and soul, Deadpool would probably love that show. Okay, let's be honest here. It's kinda not a shocker that she's acting this way, right? We've all heard this tune before. Remember how royal staffers described working with Meghan? Allegations of a toxic work environment, tantrums, and impossible demands? Of course, the Sussexes brushed it off as a smear campaign. But let's just say Hollywood executives aren't buying the fairy tale. And now that reputation is coming back to bite her big time. And look, it's not just Hollywood executives who are pulling away. Streaming giants are too, and Spotify was the first one to do it. They were one of the first big players to back Meghan and Harry, handing them a reported $25 million deal. But they pulled the plug by 2023 when Meghan's podcast, Archetypes, proved to be a flippity-floppity fish out of water and wasn't renewed for another season. But now is only the start of a rather sudden downfall, and now they're stuck again, this time with Netflix. The Sussexes' golden ticket, due to their $100 million mega deal. Netflix loves to burn their cash, but they're not going to keep at it for long considering the situation right now. Because look, even streaming platforms have limits when it comes to backing duds. To be fair, they also do kill some pretty good shows too. I would still love to see a final season of Colony. Anyway, people are wondering if Netflix is even going to bother renewing their deal at this point. And honestly, the way things are going, it's not looking great, especially for Meghan, who's not taking any responsibility. Instead, insiders say she's pointing her fingers at everybody but herself, blasting Hollywood executives for misogyny, accusing critics of bias, and still demanding A-list paychecks despite a string of flops. Talk about delusional. These outrageous demands have reportedly only made things even worse, deepening the rift between her and production companies and ultimately leading to doors quietly closing in her face. And that's not only limited to mega entertainment projects, but her commercial projects too. Her lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, introduced in March 2024, aims to offer affordable elegance through a range of products from food to homeware. However, the brand has encountered setbacks, including a rejected trademark application due to the use of American Riviera, a common nickname for Santa Barbara, California. These challenges have definitely delayed the brand's launch and raised concerns about its future success too. And as if her career troubles weren't enough, she's now reigniting her feud with Donald Trump. Is anybody surprised? She goes out of her way to take pot shots at everybody. Now we all know that Trump isn't one to let an insult slide, and true to form, he's fired back multiple times. Most recently, he took another swipe, calling Meghan terrible and accusing her of disrespecting the royal family. It's a classic Trump, though, never one to miss an opportunity for a verbal smackdown. When she pretends to be an intellectual and insinuates that her opinions are undeniable facts, it's only adding fuel to the fire. And let's be real, people aren't exactly hiding their anger this time around. At this point, even her own PR team is reportedly panicking. Despite signing with Hollywood's most powerful agency, WME, she hasn't managed to land any major brand deals. And notably, none of her influential friends or her agency have come to her defense, suggesting a growing isolation within the industry. Some sources even say that Meghan's becoming unbookable, a PR nightmare that nobody wants to touch. These professional setbacks have significant financial implications. The potential non-renewal of the Netflix contract, coupled with the losses of the Spotify deal, represents a substantial reduction in anticipated income. But instead of taking a step back and reevaluating, she's doubling down. In a desperate attempt to win public sympathy, she's recently made multiple appearances in LA's wildfire sites, reportedly even trying to reshoot parts of With Love Meghan to include footage of the disaster. But instead of praise, the move backfired. Critics called it a shameless PR stunt, and fans saw right through the attempt to use a tragedy for some clout. On the other hand, Meghan's officially been banned from the screening room for her own show. Yeah, sources say Netflix executives had to pull her out after she lost it on fans, critics, and even members of her own team. You know, if she keeps this up, she might just lose her Hollywood dream. She might be done for good. In addition to these setbacks, Meghan's proposed show, tentatively titled Motivated by Meghan, was canceled during the development phase. The show aimed to inspire audiences through personal development and motivational content. However, reports suggest that creative differences and concerns over marketability led to its cancellation. Now, she might put the blame on the marketing team, claiming them to be misogynistic. She said that the marketing team consisted of men and they didn't know how to deal with a woman-based show. But in the end, who got canceled? The one ordering everybody around. And speaking of canceled projects, let's talk about the theme park disaster. Yeah, she was actually set to star in a commercial for a brand new luxury theme park, Epic Universe, that's opening in Orlando in May 2025. The shooting was supposed to be started in March, and Meghan was paid $1 million for that commercial. But guess what? She thinks her famous and loved by all face deserved more and demanded a whopping $3 million. The shooting's gonna start at its scheduled time, only Meghan Markle's not gonna be a part of it because the company simply replaced her with a different model. So what's next? At this point, Meghan's running out of moves. Hollywood isn't buying what she's selling, her fans are losing patience, and even the industry bigwigs who once saw potential in her are starting to back away. Honestly, if she doesn't turn things around and fast, she might just find herself completely shut out. Now this could be the beginning of the end of Meghan Markle's Hollywood ambitions. So, what do you think? Let me know in the comments section down below, and I'll see you next time.